Hello and welcome back to Ignite. My name is Aurelia and I'm a product marketing manager on the Azure team. Now you may be wondering, what could be new from Azure infrastructure? Can I simplify my path to Azure? And are there new innovations in compute, storage, and networking that can optimize my business critical apps? The answer to all of that is yes. During this session, we have product experts online and ready in the chat window to answer your questions in real time. Now, joining me to share our updates is Erin Chappell, Corporate Vice President of Azure Compute. Welcome, Erin.
Thanks, Aurelia. It's great to be with you today. Not only is it a treat for me to get to share with you everything the team has been hard at work on to make your lives easier, but recording these sessions is literally the only time I get to see my colleagues in person these days. As I'm sure many of you can relate, this is a real treat for me. It seems like just yesterday, we were together for the first virtual Ignite in September, and yet so much has continued to change. The one thing that has remained constant is how busy you've been. Every customer I talk to is thinking deeply about how to accelerate cloud migration, how to continue to support remote work, finding new ways to optimize costs and to maintain business continuity. I know I feel an immense responsibility to deliver solutions to support you with these critical projects, and I'm sure you face similar responsibility. While I hear similar business demands from across customers, each of you is on a different path of growth and innovation. We recognize that your journey to the cloud is unique to you, and we're committed to meeting you where you are today and preparing you for the needs of tomorrow. So many of you, of all sizes across different industries, have chosen Azure to adapt, build, and innovate. Thank you for the trust and confidence that you place in us, in particular during the current times. Now, one customer I want to recognize is RxHealth. RxHealth is a digital healthcare provider confronting the challenges of 21st century healthcare, such as remote scaling resources to meet their patients' needs. Using both Azure VMs and data services, RxHealth is accelerating connections between patients and their information, optimizing digital healthcare. Now, how might you implement solutions like RxHealth to transform your business? Today, I'll share with you the latest services from Azure that help you innovate on your terms. For every one of your workloads across all of your environments, from on-prem to cloud and edge, we take the time to understand and support your infrastructure. I'm going to focus today on the cloud. However, most of you are running a hybrid environment, so be sure to attend the Azure Arc session to learn about all the new hybrid capabilities. Now, I often hear from customers the challenge of managing so many different workloads, each with different requirements. Our goal is to reduce this complexity for you by delivering a robust infrastructure that can support the diverse nature of your application portfolio. This starts with compute and storage. Now, several of your workloads depend on great performance to deliver the best end-user experience. Today, we're announcing new VMs that can run your memory-intensive workloads, like SAP, more efficiently. Not only will you get 20% more CPU performance, but we're providing more flexible storage options like disk or diskless. Many of you have chosen dedicated hosts for more control over your server infrastructure. And yet, you still want the simplicity of deployment that comes from the cloud. We've heard you. Starting today, you can simplify the deployment of Azure VMs running on dedicated hosts by letting the platform select the host group to which the VMs will be deployed. And if you want to scale this deployment, you can use virtual machine scale sets in conjunction with dedicated hosts to scale across multiple hosts within dedicated host groups. To continue to bring down costs and drive performance up, we are announcing the future availability of new dedicated host SKUs featuring Intel Cascade Lake processors, which deliver greater price per performance for your memory-intensive workloads. Beyond the compute and storage infrastructure, we know network connectivity is crucial to delivering not only a great workload experience, but in depending on running mission-critical applications in the cloud. I often hear how complicated it can be to combine the multiple networking appliances needed to meet workload demands. Well, starting in preview today, you can connect all your branch offices and remote locations to Azure through your VMware SD-WAN solution, with our new integrated partnership between VMware and the Azure Virtual WAN. That's right. You can now integrate your VMware SD-WAN appliances directly with your Azure Virtual WAN Hub, bringing the best of both worlds together. This provides that last-mile connectivity with optimization, with routing intelligence and security. It can also be time-consuming to manually configure route information for individual network virtual appliances in a large-scale deployment. With Azure Route Server, a new service that facilitates dynamic routing between NVAs and virtual networks, we simplify operations management, enabling easy configuration for all of your NVAs to take the route information automatically from the server. Think of how much effort and time this will save you. Now that we've talked about core infrastructure, let's look at the ways Azure can optimize your workloads. What if we could both automate the number of daily VM management tasks and save you time securing your Windows Server VMs? Well, today we're introducing unique capabilities in Azure Auto Manage for Windows Server that allow you to enable rebootless. I'm going to say that again, rebootless security patching for Windows Server VMs. It's pretty cool if you ask me. But beyond being cool, why does this matter to you? Well, now you can continue to run your business-critical applications without interruption, while also protecting against critical threats. For more information about Windows Server innovations and a look into Windows Server 2022, be sure to check out the Windows Server and SQL Server session. And for those of you with Linux VMs, don't worry. We're extending Auto Manage to Linux too, with support for CentOS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, SUSE, and more Linux distros to come. And this is not all we have planned for those of you running Linux. With more than 50% of the cores in Azure today running Linux, we continue to invest to ensure your Linux VMs run the best on Azure. For example, you may think that running Linux on Azure will increase your license costs. But with Azure Hybrid Benefit, you save not only on your Windows Server and SQL Server licenses, but now on your Linux investments as well. So you can bring your Red Hat and SUSE licenses to Azure. Now, let's talk about one of the most frustrating experiences I hear from customers, accessing billing and management across different platforms. We're here to help by expanding on deep collaboration with Linux and open source workload partners like Elastic. You can now operate your workloads and access your billing seamlessly from a single portal. Now, what was that? Did I just hear you cheer? Now, many of you are looking to take advantage of cloud benefits, application modernization, optimizing costs, ensuring business continuity, and you have significant expertise in running your workloads on-prem using VMware. That is why we built Azure VMware Solution, or simply AVS. With AVS, you can seamlessly run your comprehensive VMware environments in the cloud. Now, I know Trevor can't wait to show you AVS in action. Over to you, Trevor, to show it just how easy it is to start using AVS.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm excited to show how easy AVS makes it for you to lift and shift your vSphere workloads to Azure and exit your on-prem data center. Let's look at how a hospital can migrate their electronic medical records app, or EMR, to the cloud. To begin, we'll use Azure Migrate to assess our on-prem workload readiness. Having this detailed assessment makes it easy to identify which VMs support the EMR app, as well as other critical information like OS and resource requirements. The green check marks you see indicate that the VMs are ready to migrate. Also, note that VMware HCX is the recommended migration tool. Just look at how fast and easy it is to get started with our first Azure VMware Solution deployment. Just like all other Azure services, AVS is deployed via the Azure portal. We provide the location, number of hosts, network details for the private cloud, and login credentials for vCenter and NSX. With this one form, Azure creates a private cloud for us. In just a few hours, an entire vSphere cluster is ready for us, and we can begin to migrate workloads to run natively on VMware inside of Azure. Once a deployment's complete, we retrieve the vCenter details from the Azure portal and log in. It's that simple. AVS lets you continue to leverage the VM tools you already use. In the vSphere client, we see the new AVS environment is connected to the existing on-premises environment. We navigate to the VMware HCX console, select the virtual machines that run the EMR app. These are the same VMs we identified earlier when using Azure Migrate. With a few simple clicks, we're able to migrate these virtual machines to AVS. In a matter of minutes, you can extend and migrate your existing VMware environment to Azure and continue to take advantage of your existing investments. With Azure VMware Solution, you can also take advantage of the complete Azure ecosystem. Deploy AVS through the Azure portal and get started migrating or extending your on-premises VMware environment today. And back to you, Erin.
Wow, wasn't that simple? Just think of how AVS enables you to preserve your existing investments and benefit from all of Azure's cloud capabilities, including the Azure Hybrid Benefit and much more. Additionally, we are expanding Spot virtual machine capabilities to help you optimize your budget. Available today, you can simulate evictions to test the behavior of your applications and ensure they tolerate interruptions. You can also dramatically improve the overall runtime of your scale-out applications by letting Azure redeploy any Spot virtual machine that might have been evicted. Klaus Jepsen, the CTO of Unit 4, shared that customers in service industries have always needed to react to market conditions quickly and efficiently. To bring customers the hyperspeed, flexibility, and reliability they need, Unit 4 chose Microsoft Azure. The collaboration with Microsoft has allowed us to reimagine how business software is built and delivered. Now, whether you plan on extending your infrastructure to the cloud using a hybrid approach or fully migrate, we are committed to simplifying your journey. And trust me, I understand that cloud migration can be overwhelming. So to simplify your journey across infrastructure, apps, and data, we built Azure Migrate, a single hub for data center migration with end-to-end visibility of the entire migration process. And while Azure Migrate is not new, we continue to broaden the suite of tools available. Starting today, you can seamlessly assess your SQL Server estate in Azure Migrate with new discovery and assessment capabilities. You can also automate the migration of VMware virtual machines with PowerShell support and equip yourself with partner resources from Zerto. And finally, you can accelerate your migration of containerized applications, such as .NET and Java web apps, and streamline your path to Azure Kubernetes Service. Bharath is here to show us just how easy it is to migrate containerized apps to Azure. Over to you, Bharath.
Thanks, Erin. App migration is an important mechanism for customers to unlock the productivity and innovation of the cloud. And we are committed to making this process easy for customers with Azure Migrate. When migrating web-based applications to Azure, Azure App Service offers a fully managed platform with built-in infrastructure maintenance, security patching, and scaling, and is a great choice for running your web-based applications. But if you needed more control over your infrastructure, Azure Kubernetes Service can be a great choice too. Let's see how Azure Migrate's new app containerization tool helps you containerize Java and ASP.NET web apps and simplify migrations to AKS. For my demo, I'll be migrating a Java-based music streaming app called AirSonic that is running on an Apache Tomcat server on premises to containers on AKS using the app containerization tool. I've already migrated the MySQL database for the app using the Azure Database Migration Service. From the app containerization tool's web-based interface, I can discover the web apps running on my app server. The tool discovers app configurations and dependencies by connecting to the app server. I select the apps to containerize and review discovered configurations. I can parameterize app configurations such as database connection strings and move content folders or directory paths to persistent volumes. I then review the tool-generated Docker file and can further customize it before I build the container image for the app. With the app container image build complete, I'm now ready to deploy the app in AKS. I specify deployment values for the settings that I parameterized, review the generated Kubernetes deployment spec, and can even deploy the apps to AKS from right here. And there you have it. Using the Azure Migrate app containerization tool, I was able to take a Java-based web app that was running on servers, containerize it through a templatized process, and migrate it to AKS. With the app now running in AKS, I can continue to further optimize my application and application management processes. With our investments in Azure Migrate, like this new app containerization tool, we offer you the choice that you need while simplifying the cloud migration journey for you. Back to you, Erin.
Thank you, Bharath, for introducing us to this new capability. And for you watching, think of how quickly you will be able to modernize your applications with this new capability in Azure Migrate. Beyond the capabilities available in Azure Migrate, with the Azure Migration Program, or AMP, you can receive proactive guidance and hands-on technical assistance to ensure high confidence at every stage of your migration journey. AMP is expanding support for app modernization scenarios beyond .NET and Java web apps to cover all of your major open source application frameworks, such as LAMP-based apps, into Azure Kubernetes Service. And with this expansion, AMP enables your choice of compute as you look to modernize your applications on Azure. Azure Migrate and AMP are a powerful combination of tools and resources to help you, and we don't stop there. In January, SAP and Microsoft announced an extensive expansion of our endorsed cloud partnership to automate migration and operation of SAP S/4HANA on Azure and integrate Microsoft Teams across SAP solutions. With this expansion, you can improve collaboration and productivity by linking core SAP business processes with everyday Microsoft solutions. Now, thanks to the partnership we've had with SAP, customers broadly favor Azure when moving their SAP applications to the cloud. And one such customer is Carhartt. Thanks to Microsoft Teams, Carhartt rolled out a reliable and scalable SAP S/4HANA infrastructure running on Azure in the middle of the pandemic. When it comes to running your mission-critical apps and operations in the cloud, secure business continuity is top of mind. Azure ensures you can achieve high availability for your applications, while at the same time taking advantage of our continued investments that provide local and data-resident cloud services. For example, since we last met in September, we announced the delivery of data center regions across 15 new countries and launched availability zones in 5 regions to bring your apps and data closer to your business. Now, you may be wondering, how can I easily leverage these new regions and zones in Azure? Well, Azure Resource Mover provides the agility and flexibility to move resources between Azure regions, and the service is generally available now. With Azure Site Recovery integration, you can also perform disaster recovery to any secondary region across the world, and now within availability zones. Azure Site Recovery makes it possible to replicate and orchestrate the failover of apps in Azure to support your business at various levels of business continuity plans. Now, have you ever had the need to reserve compute capacity to ensure success for future VM deployments? Well, now you can. New on-demand capacity reservations help you achieve a higher level of assurance for the deployment and maintenance of your mission-critical apps running on Azure VMs, as well as for disaster recovery scenarios. Plus, we're announcing more features to increase the availability of your apps and data. Zone redundant storage support for managed disks provides high availability for your workloads by protecting your data in the event of a zone failure, such as a natural disaster or a hardware issue. This provides a zero RPO and ensures that your mission-critical applications do not experience any downtime. And what if we could simplify the way you manage your entire estate with backup? Well, today, Azure Backup Center is generally available, so you can monitor, operate, govern, and optimize data protection at scale with an aggregate view of your inventory, all from a single portal. Every conversation I have with customers at some point surfaces the question, how to best keep apps and data secure. With auto key rotation, you can now enable all disks, snapshots, and images to be automatically updated when a new version of an encryption key is created. Your data is always secure with the latest key, and you no longer need to manually update your Azure resources. Additionally, you can protect data in use on all Azure VMs with enhanced features in confidential computing. Securely deploy and boot virtual machines with verified drivers with our new Trusted Launch. This hardens your Azure workloads with security features that protect against bootkits, rootkits, and kernel-level malware. We're also safeguarding sensitive data in Azure with SQL Always Encrypted Secure Enclaves. And finally, we're enabling secure orchestration of confidential containers on Azure Kubernetes Service. Another important layer of security is network security. We are bringing next-gen firewall capabilities with the new Azure Firewall Premium, enhancing the visibility, control, and protection for virtual networks. To secure your applications and content delivery, the new Azure Front Door Premium natively combines key capabilities such as security, load balancer, and private link with CDN technology. Joining me is Amit, to show us how to accelerate app protection, adopt a zero trust approach, and drive business success in a few simple clips with Azure Front Door Premium. Over to you, Emmett.
Thanks, Erin. Today, I'm excited to show you the simplicity of adding security and acceleration to your applications using a zero trust approach. One of my favorite new additions to the Azure Front Door is Quick Create experience, which enables you to create a new front door to origin of your choice with just a few simple clicks. So let's get started with creating a front door. Let's click on the Continue to Create a Front Door button. This brings up the provisioning page where we will choose a subscription and a resource group. We'll also give a name to our front door. Let's call it AirSonic AFT. We have announced two SKUs to the front door. Standard SKU is optimized for content delivery, high throughput use cases. The premium SKU builds on the capabilities of the standard SKU and offers integration with WAF, DDoS, and private link service. I'm going to choose the premium SKU. We also have to give an endpoint name, which is an entry point into the front door. This is where you will point your custom domains and your traffic to. So let's give it a name of AirSonic EP. Front door has built-in integration with many services. For this demo, let's choose app service called AirSonic App Service. Now, one of the key investments we have made is our integration with Private Link so that your origin need not expose a public internet-facing endpoint. If your origin supports Private Link service, then with just a single click of a button, you were able to allow AFT to talk privately to this app service. Let's also enable caching and compression to the front door. Finally, in Premium SKU, we have deep integration with WAF. You can either choose an existing WAF policy or create a new WAF policy. Let's create a new WAF policy. Now, with a single click of a checkbox, you can also add protection against bot and automated attacks. So let's use that and click on the Create. At this point, the front door is configured. Let's click on Review and Create to finally start the deployment process. At this point, it is deploying a front door. It is provisioning a new TLS certificate, which is Azure managed. It is configuring a WAF policy, and it is also configuring the origin for private access. All of this is completed in a few seconds. At this point, you have created a front door and secured and accelerated your application. Thanks for the demo. Back to you.
Thanks, Amit. Did you think it could be that simple to secure apps using a zero trust approach? Now let's shift focus to how you can easily and seamlessly achieve application scalability to meet the growing demands of your business. Building on a zero trust approach, Azure offers multi-layered built-in security capabilities across the physical network, the virtual network, all the way to the application. And security does not come at the expense of performance. With more than 60 regions worldwide, we strive to be the closest cloud provider to you so that we can absorb your traffic on our global network off the internet as soon as possible. And your traffic remains on our private network by default. As a result, 99% of Azure inter-region latencies beat the internet benchmark, which means an optimal application performance for you at all times. In fact, one of our partners, Riversand, benefits from the wide reach, availability, and performance of Azure so that they can deliver the uptime and redundancy that their customers require. We continue to expand on the ability to scale your apps with ease. There are so many ways to build your load balancing solutions, and determining the best architecture can be challenging. Now, you can easily choose the right service based on your requirements with Services Selection Tool from the Azure portal. You can also load balance across IP addresses, such as containers, VMs, and virtual machine scale sets that are associated with your load balancer in the backend pool with the new Azure Load Balancer. And finally, we know your changing business demands create changing requirements. Our goal is to provide you with the flexibility to run what you need, when you need, all while achieving your desired performance and managing costs. With Azure Virtual Machine Scale Sets, you can create and manage a group of load-balanced VMs, which can automatically increase or decrease in response to demand. Virtual machine scale sets can support a variety of scenarios, from big data and HPC to running your mission-critical apps and providing regional resiliency. And load balancing capabilities simplify VM deployment in availability zones and offer centralized operations across your VMs. Now, let's see how virtual machine scale sets, in conjunction with Azure Front Door, can deliver a resilient infrastructure for a multi-tier application. Varun, turning it over to you.
Thank you, Erin. I'm really excited to show you how a mission-critical e-commerce store can stay up and be available through different failure scenarios using Azure VM scale sets, load balancers, and Azure Front Door. I will walk through how you can configure Azure to tolerate failures of an app server or an entire zone or an entire region without manual monitoring. With just few simple clicks, I was able to set up 4 VM scale sets, 2 in the primary region in each zone, 2 in the secondary region in each zone with a load balancer in front of it and an Azure Front Door. The front door is configured to route traffic in priority order from region 1 and region 2. The VM scale sets are configured to repair instances which become unhealthy. To cause an app server failure, let's kill IIS. As you can see, Azure has detected that the VM is unhealthy and will now be replaced. Our business critical site is still up and running. What if one of the zone fails? Let's try to simulate a zonal failure by deallocating all the VMs in zone 1. All my VMs in zone 1 are now stopped. And my e-commerce site is still up and running. Now let's simulate a region failure by deallocating the VMs in zone 2. As you notice, all the VMs in zone 2 are also down, meaning only the VMs in the secondary region are up and running. Azure Front Door will detect the primary region to be down and degraded and will route all the traffic to the secondary region. If I jump back to the website, you would notice the customers did not find any issues in their experience. With virtual machine scale sets, load balancers, and Azure Front Door, you can achieve high availability, resiliency, and uptime that your business deserves. Back to you, Erin.
That was pretty amazing. Application resiliency at scale. Thanks, Varun, for showing us how simple it was to achieve. Starting today, you can further increase the availability of your apps and achieve more operational agility with simplified deployment, management, and scalability of apps with the new flexible orchestration mode. You can also ensure sustainable high performance during planned events and keep your costs down with performance tiers. Disk performance scales up without downtime or without increasing disk size so that you can seamlessly run events such as seasonal promotions or training environments. And when the level of performance is no longer needed, you can reset the tier to the baseline and save money. I've shared with you today ways to simplify the deployment, management, and accessibility of your mission-critical applications. But what about support for your most complex workloads? At Microsoft, our goal is to empower innovators around the world. And every year, we see organizations drive projects related to the environment, to public health, energy, sustainability, and more. Finding solutions to these important challenges requires a huge amount of focused computing power for agility and leading-edge performance. Azure's purpose-built high-performance computing fuels the most power-intensive AI workloads and distributes massive compute power to handle your most complex scenarios. All of this is based on proven technology and design principles, enhanced with the best features of the cloud. With Azure Quantum, you can accelerate development by building quantum solutions once, access the latest optimization technologies from Microsoft and our partners, and broaden your learnings with access to the most diverse set of quantum technologies, all from one centralized place. As I said earlier, Azure really meets you where you are today and prepares you for the needs of tomorrow. It is such an exciting time for cloud adoption. While we covered a lot today, there's even more to learn. So for more information, training, and to join our community of technical professionals, please visit aka.ms/Azure IaaS resources. We also have an exciting set of Azure infrastructure sessions this week. We hope to see you there. Now, thank you for your time today. I hope you walk away with just one thing Azure can do to make your lives easier and help you with your business transformation. I personally look forward to hearing how you innovate with these new capabilities. See you at the next Ignite.